Hi, it's Rob. I've had a nap and I've had some lunch and no, I didn't nap. I played games though and it's been lovely and I'm back. Okay, so we're now looking at keyword research via Amazon, and a lot of this would depend on if you're just straight e-commerce, if you're making crafts, if you've got books, are you on, have you got products on Amazon Kindle, etc. It becomes simple and complicated. For general purposes, I tend to just use Amazon as a checkup along the way. Everything else done further up here, and for that matter further down, coming up with the PAA Next tool. They're all cool, but if you've pre-done everything correctly, Amazon is kind of just it's okay, cool, I'm on the right path, in theory. Now, there is also software that is fancy and available, and I don't have a clue of the prices. I haven't looked into Amazon analysis software for a very long time. But the reality is very, very simple, is that Amazon tells you so many things per product that if you could find, if not the same as, but nearly exactly the same as something you make. So let me just randomly decide I want to be the guy who make, this is not good. Let me find more Amazon that's more up my alley. Here we go. So, oh man, still metal work, less woodwork. Here we go. And how the hell are they doing that? Something's wrong with this company for doing it for $39. My honest opinion. Let's pick one that won't give me some kind of a moment. This one. So I can make this. So in the analysis of it, obviously it's all based on keywords. And what did I start with here? Village wall decor key holder, which isn't the exact market I'm in. There's a little village thing in there, and those look like really nice hooky things. And in fact, to me, the secret to this one is to have your miter saw healthy and actually able to do correct angles. So sorry, there I'm just going aloud in my head. Now, what you would do with if you're going to start looking into specifics is, stop that, please stop it, I'm begging you. So you'd look into the brand, you'd look into the description, you'd literally analyze everything that they've got, insofar as going with how they've listed it and what's put them up, and then maybe one day in your head how they got to only $68. Maybe it's okay. Oh, they've got an inside one and an outside one. Obviously it makes sense. That's a bit clashy there. But if it's just for keys, and you know what we do, we pack bags, jackets, hats, squish a beanie in between, and yeah, when you're finished you wonder why it just can't work again. So more details, see more product details, and so you just keep going through this, and that's interesting. Not a single review on that. Let's pick one of theirs that he does have. It might not be their brand. No, it's not. This is Luenke. Get some milk. Get it yourself. So that's cool. They've got all different colors. It also tells you that they've got a mass production facility going along somewhere, which would explain why it's relatively cheap. Whatever, Polonia. Polonia, I know what Polonia is. So, my bad. Can you see? There's stuff. And the more you learn, the more you check their reviews, and the more you will learn. But it's more by now reviewing, not keyword. It's you now using your keyword research to analyze viability, costs, competition, and that kind of thing. I already did some details on this software, Craft Niche Analyzer. Please use my affiliate link if you're going to buy it. And I covered it in the Etsy thing. But if you go into what this can do, use this link that I'll give you to see what it can do, and you will see that for the whatever, 47, 67, whatever dollars it is, oh man, you just can't go wrong. So in there is Amazon, as is a lot of others. What did he just say up there? I already sailed right past. Amazon will inspect. I thought I saw the words. There we go. 14 popular crafting e-commerce platforms. So, oh man, and it doesn't just do the stuff. It does, well, if I can just find it without using up your whole day, but it does. Here we go. It'll look up average reviews per product in baskets, total reviews, bestsellers, whatever it all is. Can you see? And those kind of figures, it's doing it for you instantly and across an entire keyword. Really, really brilliant software. And in fact, while you're in there, then you simply check all of the others for that thing that your keyword research has told you. Let's start making those. I recently saw, incidentally, I'm just busy completing the chopping board, cutting boards, charcuterie niche products. Okay. So that's all in my head. However, in the process, and incidentally, I do believe that there's lots and lots of potential for that to be a great niche. And so I'm not knocking it at all. In the process, I came across these little bottle opener things, and people have been making those. And if you, again, mass produce them, but still, by hand, not with fancy machines, where you're using templates and things, I think you could produce those and literally sell them for like $10 or $11 and still make a nice margin. So this is the kind of thing that your keyword research would have found out. And then in here, you would find out that there's far too many competitors or far too many, or whatever it is. And that's exactly the entire point of software like this, and or just going in and doing it eyeball by eyeball. If incidentally you feel that you don't want to pay for the software, my advice would be to go to learn from YouTube videos. And incidentally, if you are going to become a YouTube student, do not believe what the first guy tells you, even though he might be the right one. Watch, no jokes, 10 videos that will teach you how to do research on Amazon for an e-commerce or a product or a book or whatever it is. I am active in selling my books. Can I show you my books? So I will tell you to come and get my books at any given time. I sell really beautiful books. I sell the best books ever, and I always believe the books. So lovely. Now, I've been selling books on Kindle for a long time. It's never been my main thing. I've only had 1 or 2, 3 or 4, whatever. I've had 16 years I've been doing online marketing. And the very first thing I started was a book on how to sell on craft markets. That book was supposed to be 1 book, eventually became 9 books, and eventually it was so badly written that I had to take it off the market, because you can't split 1 book into 9 and hope that it still reads coherently. You really can't. There was still one price for all 9 books, but the poor people, they had to read through it. You've heard how much I talk. I write the same way. Incidentally, these, by the way, are edited by me and written pretty much by AI, because I teach AI what I really need to know, and then I go through it and remove the junk and tell him, don't do that, redo that. Because I do have the experience. So this is the coolest part, by the way. If you target it, so I'm a little bit off track, you can run away if you want. When you're doing your keyword research, your niche research, what you're going to business, what craft you're going to do, my opinion is your initial products you start with, make sure they're things that you really do know well. I mean, I was a crafter, a full-time crafter for many years, and so totally OCD on all the possible ways of how I could sell more, and watching other traders have tricks that sold more, brighter lights, taller gazebos, a bigger this. The learning curve that I went through, and I watched people when already going back to, pick a number far back in the past, 2009, in South Africa, still not here in Canada. I'd go to a craft market and I'd see a crafter sitting there with a table and 15 crochet items on it, and I'd say to them, hey, I can show you how to sell 100 times more of these, 1,000 times more. And they say, no thank you, I'm fine. And I know that they went home with making hardly enough money to have paid for their booth, stall, whatever. And then on other craft shows, less so on this one, I'd watch some guy pitch up And the week earlier he had a 10 by 10, and this week he's got a 20 by 10, and 3 months later he's got a 30 by 10. And because he's found out that when you get double the floor space, you don't just sell twice as much, you sell more than twice as much, because you become a dominant. Yeah, anyway. Wow, sorry about the detour. 10 minutes, 3 minutes of detour, my bad. Books are all on Amazon. It's all about research. Each one is different. I've done dozens of courses, not made. I've read and followed on how to make this all best for people, and do it for yourself too. Okay, I'm out of here. Let's get to the next video. Cheers.